After this came out, President Biden spoke out today on the House's impeachment inquiry into him and the FBI informant.
He is lying, and it should be dropped, and it's just been an outrageous effort from the beginning.
Is he right? Joseph Tully is a criminal defense attorney here to help us sharpen our gaze on this. Joseph, is the president correct? Is it time to drop the impeachment inquiry?
Hi, Chance. I think this is a lot more nuanced. I don't think that this really is definitive. I think that it is helpful for the president and Hunter Biden, but I do not think that it is definitive at this time.
I see. Okay, is there other evidence then? Serena just brought up the Oversight Committee said there are $30 million of other reasons to do this. And I think what they're getting at is there's something like 10 or 12 Biden family members who have made $30 million, many times, attached to projects they really don't have a background in places maybe they have never been. Would that be evidence to support an ongoing investigation?
Sure. I mean, I think, number one, there's two sides to this equation. Mr. Alexander Smirnov has been charged. He hasn't been found guilty yet. They haven't proven anything. They've charged him. And like you said, there is evidence on the other side. There is, Hunter Biden had no experience. He was hired to the board. There are all of those shell companies. Devin Archer, who was Hunter Biden's business associate, also said the same claims that Mr. Smirnov has said. So there's corroboration there. Now, again, I said this is nuanced. Devin Archer was also found guilty of fraud, but then his conviction was overturned, but then it was reinstated. So, there are layers upon layers here. I think we're going to have to let this play out, see how the trial goes. I don't think that the House Investigation Committee should be dropped at this time, but I think that they're going to be up against the ropes for a little bit.
Let me add one more layer to that. I believe one difference is that Smirnov said, yes, Joe and Hunter Biden each got $5 million from this, whereas I think Archer, I believe, said, I never saw him directly benefit, and if I'm wrong on that, please correct me. So, again, there have been a lot of inputs here. In the meantime, when it comes to something as serious as an impeachment probe or a DOJ investigation, do you just take someone's word for it, Joseph? Because we had Donald Trump a few years ago saying, I did nothing wrong. House Democrats disagreed with him. Joe Biden says, we did nothing wrong. Is it reasonable to continue investigating? When do you take that person's word?
I don't think you ever take that person's word. This is America. And, on both sides of the aisle, we were trained, from our inception, we don't trust a king. A king or a queen says, do this because I say so. And we say, no, not in this country, not in America. We're not going to accept your word. You're just on the same level as I am. A president is on the same level as a waiter, as somebody that works at a gas station. You don't take their word for it. Everybody should be, held accountable under the law, but we should also, not give anybody special favors. We should give everybody due process, and we should always, uphold the presumption of innocence. But I don't think things should be dropped. I think it should be fully investigated to clear. If somebody's innocent, they should be cleared. If they're guilty, they should be found guilty.
Well, then in terms of timing and substance here, could it end up that this is Benghazi 2.0? It just kind of flames out. Or do you think it will actually impact the election?
I think, this election there's a lot of layers. We're talking about layers here. I think this will definitely impact the election. I don't think that the president saying that the impeachment inquiry against me should be dropped will sway the Republican-led committee. I don't think that these charges will be finalized by November. I think that they'll be long fought, and it will be brought up during the election by both sides.
Okay. Then as you look across the landscape and into the future, do you think Congress might be a little more hesitant, given, if you're hanging a lot of information on one informant who then is indicted, and things can kind of crumble, and maybe it will or won't. But you see how fragile it is. Do you think Congress might be a little more hesitant to dive headfirst into impeachment talk? Because it used to be a really special thing, a rare thing. Now it's kind of the cost of doing business, cost of governing.
Absolutely. I think, as we were talking about, this will put the committee back on the ropes. It'll make them a little bit more hesitant. It won't stop them, but they'll be a little bit more hesitant. One of their main sources, sort of the impetus behind their whole inquiry, has now been charged with 2 crimes of lying. That means that person is not trustworthy, or it can mean that. It can also mean that the Justice Department, is doing something untoward here. So we really need to see how both sides play out. And I do think that it will make the committee less bold, so to speak, less emboldened, and it'll make them more measured in what they do. And to your point, they should be. Impeachment shouldn't be at the drop of a hat. It should be something very special that you do very reluctantly.
Thank you for helping us kind of peek over the horizon here. Joseph Tully, appreciate it.